Hey everyone, 30 here, and welcome back to another episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, the American Campaign. Uh, Sorry about not posting a lot of episodes over the past week and change. I've been incredibly busy with work and school, and this week I really didn't have much time to work with. Uh, as a result, I apologize that we weren't able to do all the episodes I would have liked. But the good news is that I'm back. This episode will at least go out for a Saturday episode. Now, what did we do last episode? I can't remember. I think we were waiting on something. What were we waiting on? Was it waiting on like Mark IV fives maybe? I can't remember. Uh, I I honestly can't remember. I think we had that short little war. Maybe I was looking at cruisers. Uh, oh right, we were gonna reorganize the fleet. Hull strengthening. Oh, right. Yeah. We were waiting on the battleships. So we're gonna go to the next month, and then we're gonna design the battleships, and then we're gonna start looking at the fleet. I know I've been talking about this for a couple episodes now, but we really need to do it. We're gonna do. I think we're gonna send most of the smallest battleships out to the Pacific. I know that seems kind of counterintuitive, but the oldest ones, like the Connecticuts, can't remember the class after the Connecticuts. Wasn't the Nebraskas? Oh, the Idahos. Those are all going to go to the Pacific. Um, and then we're going to do a probably we're going to set up a home Pacific squadron, which will be made up of more modern ships. We'll set up an Atlantic fleet because I have a feeling that we're going to end up back at war. No, I want to build these battleships. I'm tired of being at war, so I can't build freaking. Okay. Again, I apologize if it's laggy. We're still. I think I solved the issue as long as I don't, stress this out too much. You all are coming back. All right. Ship design. So I did look ahead at what's it called? At the designs for ships, and I kind of landed on some stuff I want to build with. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the modernized Dreadnought 1. This is going to be our new Idaho class. So what's the Idaho's tonnage? Okay, so we're going to do these at, let's say, I don't know, well, Nebraska's 39,000. We'll do them at 30,000 tons. They'll have to keep up with the battle line, which is 26 knots. I'm not concerned about range. Max bulkheads, all that good stuff. Maine. That's fine. I gotta pull out my reference sheets to figure out which states I'm able to name the new class after, as it's been a week and for some change since I've recorded an episode. Okay. Oil 1. We'll try just balanced boilers. We're going to do aux 2, shaft 2, balanced, electro-hydraulic steering. Wait. That rangefinder was stereoscopic 4, wasn't it? Yep, okay. Yep, we're just going to wait. We'll wait. Plus, if I take that off, we can shave another month off. That'll save us some money. So 2 months. Then we'll design the battleships. I just remembered the stereoscopic, and I don't want to lose that. So, I do want to look at A couple of the other ship hulls we haven't really looked at yet. I'm intrigued about the idea of maybe making a commerce raider kind of ship. Like a fast, heavy cruiser. Not really to go toe to toe with battleships or stuff, but something maybe around 28 to 30 knots to um, that's fine. Okay. You want a Pennsylvania, but you're willing to pay 2 billion. I'm about to commission a bunch of battleships, but you know what? I will. That's $1 billion, but it's 24 months, and I can't really afford that right now in tonnage. So, as I promised, for the 15-year, because it's roughly halfway through the campaign, um, because again we're stopping in around 1940. I'm gonna do a special, which I'll record probably after this, just giving a recap of the first 14 or so episodes. I think we're on episode 14. Someone is texting me. One moment. Ah, I see. Very good. Yep, stereo. Alright. I don't imagine this is going to be a very long episode because, again, it's really just designing the next series of battleships. I'm not planning on going to war or anything. Now, the guns. I think we're going to have to stick with 14s for now because I think I only have 16 Mark 1s. And I don't want to use the 16 Mark 1s. Let's see. Modernized Dreadnought 1. I think we're going to go with the... you know what? Call them the Vermonts. And these guys will be... they'll be battle line battleships, but they're designed to kind of be lighter. Maybe we could speed them up a little bit. You know, we could speed them up. We could say, okay, these guys are going to go 28, and they'll just be fast battleships. But again, I'm not really sold on that idea. I'll give you at least anti-torp 2. You're going to get anti-flood 2. You're getting Citadel 4. What's your belt? You don't need a 16 main belt. You need a 14 at best. And you can have a 6-inch fore, 6-inch aft with a 7-inch main deck and 4s across the board. 12 on the conning tower and like 6 on the superstructure. Alright, let's see. Guns. We could put 15s on here, but I'm going to stick with the 14 triples. Okay. Gear control tower. That ain't going to fit. Alright, control tower. Put the enlarged. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Barbette 2 at minimum. Okay. Should probably put the expensive stuff on now so I know how much weight I have spare. That's not a lot. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Alright. We'll go to 32,500 tons. No. at least gives us a little bit more weight to work with. Um, that doesn't drop much. Let's see. Yeah, immediately overweight. Hmm. It's the tower. Okay, that helps a little bit. But what's our armor quality? Just 142%. All right. I'm just gonna round down and say it's 140. Maybe we go back to the 12s. Because this will be the original upgrade for the Idahos. So this would be the next iteration. Okay, fit an ultra funnel. I can. Excellent. Tons of engine efficiency. We'll stick that there. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. So this would be the next big class to take over from the Well, if you're gonna have that kind of belt, I think we can get away with a 12-inch belt, maybe. Let's see. Assuming we use Cat Ballistic 2, ideally 12 inches is enough. Should be fine. We need to lower these to 50 caliber. That'll save us some weight. What is that? 52, 51, 50. We don't even have secondaries on it. It's still a lot of weight. So where can I drop some weight? Can I just go to naturals? I can. What if... Okay, what are the Idahos? There's 26, 26, 26. They need to go 26. What if I move this funnel backwards? Like to here, maybe. Okay. Let's say we went with a couple of 5-inch duals to form a light secondary battery. And then maybe, what's the weight on the turrets? We'll say a 10-inch barbette, a 5-inch top, and a 12 on the sides with a 3 inches, 2 inches, and like, I don't know, 3 inches. Okay. Which weight is this barbette? Not enough to be a concern, so, oh, dadgummit. Wow. Okay. Not the best designed ship, but it'll work. She's not the prettiest ship, but again, this is our light ship. This is the one designed to garrison smaller areas, kind of like just sea control. So, I think, because this is the natural development of the Idaho class, right? The Idahos are going to go up to the Vermonts, and the Vermonts are going to take over what the Idahos used to do. And so I think that'll be the plan. So save that. So those are going to be our light battleships. Now we're going to go to 40-something thousand tons. What was the last class we designed? The Pennsylvanias. So I think we're on to maybe... Let's say if we went with Modernized Dreadnought 3. Well, let's say we did that instead. And we did, I don't know, 40... Stop that. Let's say, I don't know. What are the Pennsylvanias? We'll do 45,000 tons. This will be slightly bigger than the Pennsylvanias. Michigan. No. I don't think so. These are going to be the Florida class. These ones have to have 14s. Let's see. We want the modern tower. I can't wait till we get the Mark 5, the 5-inch Mark 4s, because then we get the standard U.S. 5-inch 38 caliber turrets. And that worked out well. As for secondaries, oh yeah, it's going to be a great ship. So I'm not necessarily designing, oh, I see. Oh, you don't need a 17-inch main belt. I'm not designing these to replace the Pennsylvanias, truth be told. I'm designing them to complement. Let's see. You need a 14 with a 14. You don't 12 on the barbette. You don't need that much armor. We'll do a 6-inch top. High capacity. What are these? Alright, 1450 calibers. Okay. Do we have the Mark 5s? We do not. Okay. We'll add... oh, casemates, right. We can add a couple of these. Reduces the offset slightly, but not to the degree I'm looking for, I guess. That'll work. Pretty well armored, too. I can't quite do that. Can I get away with this? I can't. Yeah, this is a pretty good ship. 26 knots, tonnage to spare. Pretty decent range. Oh, that's not a good range. Can't even go with the balanced. Can I increase the range just a tad? No, it's overweight. Florida class is going to cost $1 billion. Jesus. Okay. Cut some armor somewhere. Yeah, give them roughly the same range. Alright, that'll do. The Florida class. Next up, I think I said I was going to build that heavy cruiser hull, so let's just get this out of the way. It's just been sitting there. I'm not going to build on the modern battleship yet. We're way ahead of time on this hull. I don't think we're supposed to unlock it till like the late 20s, early 30s. Modern heavy cruiser. Okay. Pueblo. No, I'm thinking. God, I gotta look at my sheet here to figure out what names we have and what names we don't. We'll temporarily call them. I'll leave them on naturals for the moment. We'll see how that goes. I am going to give them an extra pip of anti-torp, because these guys are going to be battling out there and I don't really want them getting sunk. Okay. Minor beam out just a little bit more. $15,000-ton heavy cruiser. Okay. Guns. Thinking 8-inch duels. That's what I'm thinking. Five gun heavy cruiser maybe. Alternatively, we go for the large rear tower. It's not? Okay. The compact one is better. I'm trying to think about how I want to do this. I'm just going to drag this down here and set it down for a moment. Back this up a couple of spaces. Back this up a couple of spaces. Okay. I want this thing to be a menace to anything it comes up against. Yeah, I can just weigh it down elsewhere. A couple of 5-inch duels, maybe. Alright. I'm not concerned about these 5-inchers being 38 caliber. Not yet. Once we get the Mark IVs, then I'll start switching everything over. I don't think I'm going to do torpedo launchers. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, are we pretty much done? I think we might be. Armor up just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Of course, we'll go 8-inch 50 caliber. It's pretty good ship. I have to remove that gun. Yeah, it's a pretty good ship. Commerce, just kind of a control cruiser. This will help on the line, I guess. This can be more of a battle line cruiser, as it's got those 8-inch guns. Those will do a lot of damage against most ships at the period. So I think that'll be our new heavy cruisers. We'll stick with the Columbias. I'll just make sure and double reference that we don't already have a Columbia heavy cruiser. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So a couple of building episodes, designing the Macomb class and then the Brush anti-submarine ships. So I think that's all we're going to do for now. Now as for research, take this off of rangefinders. I want Mark IVs, Mark IVs. That's what I want. Actually, take that back. Well, I want communications and maneuvering to be better. I want to be able to make bigger formations. And then we'll just leave this last. I'll go from some hull construction benefits. Fleet-wise, how are we looking? We do not have a Columbia heavy cruiser. Excellent. So that takes that. Nope, we do. You have a kill? Because if you don't have a kill, I'm not gonna worry about renaming you. It's Connecticut, I think. Charleston, Forest, Caps. Sorry, I'm trying to read my own handwriting. Okay, that says Connecticut. That says... What does that say? Oh, okay, there is a destroyer called Caps. Alright. Columbia, you're gonna be... Alright. So, let's see. So, So we're gonna build the Vermonts first. Wait, how many Idahos do we have? Idaho, Idaho, Idaho. 1, 2. That's it? We only have 2? Alright. So I need to make a mark that we've got those ships named. So we now have... I'm going to start running out of states. So Vermont, your home port is going to be Boston. Same thing with the New Hampshire. And then Rhode Island and Maine, I'm sending you guys to the Pacific. Specifically, where do I put you all? Wait, where's the big anchorage in the Pacific now? Hold on a second. Where's all of our tonnage down there? Go to Annam. Wait a second. Where's the Pacific Squadron? Manila, Davao, Saigon, Bayard, Haiphong, Hsinchu. Okay, they're just in Hsinchu. As for the Floridas, how much tonnage do we have? Plenty. I would give it the name Utah because I would do this as a 2-ship class because the original ones was Florida and Utah. But instead we're going to do Florida. How many states do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 27 Florida. So 4. South Dakota's fine, Washington is fine, and Minnesota's fine. Actually, no, Washington's not fine. I want to build a fast battleship. Of Arizona, right? Yeah. Let's go Nevada, Oregon, so Florida, go to Charleston. And then Minnesota and Minnesota, go to Seattle. Same thing with South Dakota. Alright. Now for the heavy cruisers. many cruisers do we have right now? 18. We're gonna double it. Columbia, build ship. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do we already have a Rochester? Actually, no. I said I was going to build a Rochester class, but that's fine. Guys, go to Norfolk. You are not being named Saratoga. That is reserved for battlecruiser. You can get, I don't know. Do we have an Albany? You do not. Congratulations, you're now the Albany. California, you can be Los Angeles. Tennessee, that ain't gonna work. Do we have Nashville? I think we have a Nashville. There we go. And then U9 go to, I don't know, Seattle. So how long is left on the brush class? Not very long. And again, these guys are not going to main ports. These are going to small, isolated ports to serve as anti-submarine ships. As for the excuse me, the Macomb class, or the Lee class, that was right. I'm gonna come back to the Lees. We are losing 727 million. That's fine. We can do deficit. We've got billions in reserve. Yeah. How's the relations looking? Let's improve for Britain. They have more battleships than them, but they've got battle cruisers, and that's what I'm concerned about. We do not have a lot of battle cruisers, and partially that's because I've been waiting for a new battle cruiser hull, but that could take up until the mid-30s. I don't think I'm going to have to wait that long. I would hope not. Now, if, well, I don't know. If Germany or France declares on us, I might be willing to go to war, but I kind of want to save the tonnage. Plus, we just got the fleets back in harbor, so a bunch of them need to be repaired. And if you all are wondering, yes, Wyoming still holds the lead. Let's see. Sure. Huh. Alright. You guys going into port? Hope you're going into port. Yeah, let's just go next turn. $628,000 tons of shipyard capacity. I am thinking about a super battleship class. for late campaign. I'm talking 1930s. We'll build a super battleship, and we'll build, I don't know, 6 of them. I am also planning on doing a separate design battlecruiser because we get a couple of different designs. One will be the President's Class, so it'll be like Washington, Jefferson, Adams, Grant, Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt. It'll go down like the George Washington, the Roosevelt. You get the idea. I'm sorry, what? Uh, Bad ending. All of Arabia is Iraq. Okay. Why are you not in port? Okay, Georgia, please enter the port. Thank you. As for you all, the cruiser class, and the Arizona, please. Oh, there's the Delaware. You're in Nebraska, so move. Okay. No. I want these. Move. Into San Francisco, please. Thank you. Okay. Just trying to see if we can get anything interesting. I do hope that in the future, I know I talked about this a couple episodes ago about coastal defense ships. Like I would love to see like a modernized version because that's what the Swedes did. Like just take the Swedes as an example. They built coastal defense ships. I think those would be fun to have, where it would help you defend your homeland. Like if someone tried to start a naval invasion, you could bring in a small fleet of ships to block it, or you could bring those coastal patrol ships into enemy waters to serve as essentially monitors. I think I discussed that briefly. I think those would be a fun ship to design. Austria-Hungary, no. Go away. No. Is Portugal still alive? Yeah, they're in the Atlantic and the Pacific, but they're fine. Austria-Hungary is... We could take Albania, we could take the central... We could take Macedonia, we could go into Kosovo, or Greece. They're kind of getting picked apart. Poor Hungarians are getting gobbled up by the Soviets, and... Well, yeah, that happened. Where have we seen this before? Right. Who are you? Wyoming, what in God's name are you doing in the middle of the Pacific? Go home. You killed all the ships. Go home. You killed all of the ships out there. You can go home. Argentina's at war with Brazil. We've seen this before. Emergency diesel generator. I think that's aux 4. That should be auxiliary 4. Are we still losing money? Because that looks like losing money. Yes, we are. How badly? What's costing us money? I need this crew pull up, so I'm gonna tank the tech budget a little bit. And drop down to like 60. Can I go to 70? I can go to 70% of the budget. Okay, big guns. Not what I'm looking for. Destroyer? Oh. Sure. Does it obsolete that older destroyer? No, it does not. Okay. That works pretty good. Maneuver warfare? What is this giving me? Naval bombardment. Not as concerned about that. We could probably drop some money somewhere. Turret mechanisms? Is this something important? No. I want that. Actually, no. Put this back on small guns. Building 8 battleships, 18 heavy cruisers. Just kind of chilling. Ah, yes. Okay, so that's the what did I name that class again? I can't remember. I've designed a lot of ships. That should be the new ASW class. Yeah, the brush class. So they're done. If we're getting a new destroyer, I might not need to make the Lee class, but again, I'm just trying to see. Special machinery? What is this? Oh! Okay. Sure. Still doing great money-wise. 580,000 tons. We could experiment. I don't know what designs we have. What designs have we not built on? I want to see. Just out of my own curiosity, I want to see what we haven't built on. Modern Dreadnought 2, Heavy Cruiser 2, Heavy Cruiser 1, Tulsas. Are you guys the modern hull? Flush decks. You're supposed to be obsolete, but you're able to build the brush class, so I don't know. $70,000-ton battleship. I just want to look at what big guns we have. We have 16 Mark 1s, 15 Mark 2s, 14. Okay, so all these are 14.3, or all Mark 3 or Mark 4. So interesting. I just realized we don't have a New York, I don't think. We'll have to rectify that. Still growing. That's very good. Still getting crew. I'm going to bump that up full. I'll drop the tech budget just a tad. That crew pool is always a problem. Okay. We are getting positive relations with Germany. You're under democracy. Oh, under nationalists. Communists are still in China. Communists in Soviet Union. Centers still in France. Austria-Hungary is a democracy. I don't think that's going very well for them right now, as they're literally at war with what we would call the Axis powers. They're teetering over with us. How about oh boy. Spain's not having a good time. Who do we think would be the next opponent? Excuse me. I'd like to get some of these minor allies off of Italy and other places. Okay. This is we have the Galapagos, right? Okay, I don't know why they must be showing up red for some reason. I don't know. We almost have the entirety of Central America under our kind of belt. I don't know how Colombia lost Southern Colombia, but they did. But they got Venezuela. So maybe we'll give that back to them in the future. I don't know. There's not really much colonial stuff. If we went to war, we could grab. The only other nation that we could theoretically go against and get land and money off of would be France, because we could take Madagascar, and then we could move up to like Gabon, Senegal, West Africa, come down here to the Pacific, take their last holdings. Guyana, I don't know. I mean, we could always go to war with the British. I don't think that would go well for us. Unless I see them at war with like 18 different nations, then I might consider it. But I don't really think that's going to be the thing. Because, again, I'm trying to play this as we're not declaring war on anyone. We're getting declared on. We are at 206 ships. So that's nice. We will have 30 out of 50 states. So once these battleships are done, we'll have 30 out of the 50 states. And some of them I'm saving for the modern battleships once we have 16. Once we have 16-inch guns, the fast battleship for like North Carolina and Washington. Seems like everyone's building new ships. Oh, also, just kind of making talk here, I started growing a beard out, and I'm not sure if I like it or not, because it's kind of... I've heard it described as almost like a Velcro phase, and I mean, that's kind of true. It's just, when I work, I wear a polo, and occasionally, if I'm not careful, I can pull a hair off of my chin if I move my head too quickly and it gets caught. Not a fun experience. We are gaining relations with Britain, and I would like very much to have them as an ally to kind of counterweight some of this stuff. I'm not sure why I'm still allied with the Soviets. I don't know how this alliance has stuck around. Japan, I'd like to get back on our side. I think we're the most... Yeah, Britain and us are the most advanced, so that's kind of why I want the British on our side. As for research... Please tell me this is 5. Oh, Mark 4 3s. Special machinery... Yeah, that's fine. Just keep going, I guess. Soviets are just getting picric acid 3. We've had that for a while. I think the battleships are going to take like 24 months or something like that. I mean, theoretically, I could go into deficit spending with how much naval funds we have in reserve, but I'd like not to push it. You know, it just sounds like a bad idea. No. Italy control of Albania. Where have we seen that episode before? Why are we doing them submarines? Yeah. We have 50. We have 50 submarines, and they're kind of just ready to go whenever we need them. We're at 99 relations with the British. That's good. So hopefully soon we'll be able to get an alliance. Mainly to counteract nations like Germany and Italy, because I have a feeling that that might pop off, and if it does, we'll just send the fleet into the Mediterranean, blow up the fleet, and then take whatever we can. We'll see. They do have a lot of minor allies, so I'm hoping if we went to war in that regard, we could probably pick up a couple maybe pick up, I don't know, Sweden and Brazil would be two nations I'd like to have, because then Sweden would serve as a counterweight against Germany in the Baltic, because I think Denmark's still around. They are. They just lost the Belt Islands, so but they have Jutland. So Sweden and Norway are at war again. Not a very exciting episode besides really the building part. We might get around to designing that destroyer. And once again, I want to thank everybody for your support. Take the prestige loss. You're not getting a Vermont. I appreciate the enthusiasm, Denmark, but a Vermont, that's kind of expensive, and it's brand new. If you'd ask for an Idaho, I would be more than happy to sell you an Idaho Class. Take that off of there. Boilers? Oh, fuel oil too. Perfect. Of course, we just designed a bunch of ships, but, you know, we'll make it work. We've done a lot of minor expansion in this campaign. It's like we're not just taking entire countries worth of land, we're taking small little bits here and there mostly. Why are you provoking us, Japan? We have the highest naval prestige in the world. So I would think that, I don't know how the internal relationships work between the minor nations. I wish that was a little bit more clear. Or at least you could have like some sphere of influence diplomacy, and I hope to add that in the future, where you can say, where you can hold a meeting with like, I don't know, like a naval conference between a bunch of minor nations and say like, hey, let's take Colombia for example. Colombia, we've heard that you guys are wanting to modernize your navy. We're willing to sell you a destroyer design, and you can, and they can buy the destroyer design, and that gives you influence with them, and you can get contracts where they say, hey, we'll pay you X amount of dollars in your naval budget. Kind of like it is now, but a little bit more sphere of influence stuff, so you could kind of prod the government and be like, hey, try to see if you can, I don't know, get Portugal as an ally, because I think we're going to go to war with Spain, and it would be a jumping off point. Or I want, I don't know, the Netherlands on our side because they have Far Eastern ports for our war against, I don't know, Germany. Or Japan. Japan would be more likely. So. No. Bad government. We don't want to go to war right now. Colombia, you're not getting a Florida. No. I appreciate the enthusiasm. However, oh, Ottoman Empire's falling apart. Okay. Yes. Please tell me about 100 relations. We're at 99. How many ports do we have? 55. It's not a lot of ports. British have 90. How's research going? Okay, we got that. Those two will be done. Is this something important? TNT 3 dead. No, I'm not waiting. We'll do that at the refit. 7 large centerline turrets. Okay. Wait, torpedo tubes? Tube mechanisms 4. I think that's just a blank upgrade tech. Is this something important? Yep, that's sonar. We need that. We need that. So we'll have to wait. I might just go through the end of the year and then cut that off. We're getting close to almost 1 million tons of shipbuilding capacity, which I find intriguing. Theoretically, we could commission a lot of ships if we wanted to. If we needed to go into emergency building, we could absolutely just crank out, 60 destroyers at a time if we wanted to. Psst. Improve relations. I want them on our side. I still think that Battle of Acapulco was one of the craziest battles we've ever had. Just so many ships, and then us just absolutely... Hey. You know what? Fine. Oh. Alright. Cowards. No, Columbia, I appreciate the offer. However, we just designed that class. You know my policy on these things. Wait. Please tell me this is a battlecruiser. Please. No! Wait, is this important? Oh, double-geared steam turbines. We'll just let that research in the background, I think. We are in 1926. So I think we'll see if anything happens interesting this month. And then I think that'll be the episode. This should come out Saturday. I might change that depending on how everything goes, because I want the special to release on Monday. And it'll just be like the fleet review halfway through the campaign. So we might have... This should be episode 14, so we might end up with like 28 episodes. But it's going to be a midpoint, probably close to 30, because the last 2 episodes will be the final episode, which should be 1940. And then we'll have the review of the fleet as the finale. So we'll see if anything interesting happens, and if not, that'll be it. That's not what I mean by interesting, but thank you for the idea. Norway and Austria-Hungary, Britain alliance with the United States? No. Alright. Well, I think that'll be it. Expect this episode sometime over the weekend, probably Saturday, and then I will see you all in the next episode.